But it's a huge commitment.
I guess he's going to hit some kind of charge-lit Archon timing, I guess. Like, push with the DTs, try to do a bit of harass, force the spores, force a bunch of defense, and units that Dark doesn't want to make, and then follow up with a really interesting timing. I don't think we've ever seen this, especially on this map.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this, like, we've seen this kind of desperate, what's the word I'm looking for, like, improv answer to, okay, I got scouted. This improvisation. Now, what will happen with the DTs? Oh, such a sick follow-up scout. Did you cancel it? No. Okay. Now, if he sees the extra gates, he's going to get really suspicious. The DTs here still do a large amount of damage if he bursts down the spore.
There's 4 of them.
Yeah.
You get on top of that queen, and okay, he's going to bring his other units over here, force a pickup into that warp prism.
So he doesn't know about the charge follow-up. The DTs will be 2 Archons. That's now what they are, actually. You can see them on the production tab.
Oh, he sees them, and he's going to get this around.
They can't be lifted while they're morphing, and they
one finishes.
Look at it. It has no shields. That means it has less than 10 health.
Yeah, there you go. And Dark is making a huge amount of units, by the way, off of 3 bases. We've been talking a lot about what SOS is doing, but this is only units off of 50 drones. So he wants to get really aggressive after this.
This is just so smart how Dark plays this. He knows that that's going to happen. His understanding of this situation, this game is amazing.
Well, here we go, guys. We're going to have a mini base trade here, perhaps. A lot of Dark's units all the way across the map.
Okay, the overcharges here for the defense are so important. He's going to try to get these probes to block so we get a secondary wall, but it's not going to happen. Ling's already blocked that. Dark with a huge advantage here, but let's not forget the Dark Shrine, the most useful tech structure in base trading next to the Spire. And I mean, really, this could be won through DTs. I think that's actually one of Dark's priorities here when he gets in this base, is to kill that Dark Shrine.
Look at how SOS is trading here in the main, too. He's making it as efficient as possible. He knows he's not quite going to be able to win the fight there, but he's going to trade his... Oh, well, I spoke too soon. He is going to win the fight here, kill all of the units, and take back control of his base. Meanwhile, this Warp Prism is still in the main.
Yeah, doing a lot of damage here. Now, he has Overseers, of course, already one built, and he can make more to deal with DTs that potentially get warped in here. So this is more about the Zealots right now.
Oh, man.
And that's
no,
too
Michael,
much.
They're Dark. He realizes it. He's leading back in the share.
GG! SOS takes it. And he will advance to the round of 8 to play against Hero in a Protoss versus Protoss. Very careful, calculated game here. Great transition. This is the type of player that SOS is. If you ever wondered what type of player he is, I mean, he showcased it brilliantly tonight.
Yeah, tonight. To show all the VODs of tonight's games from SOS, and you get a great picture of what kind of player this guy is.
He has a plan for every situation. He has a build. And the SSL champion will
He doesn't even look impressed with himself. He's like, yeah, whatever. Oh, I won? Oh, I have to do an interview? Yeah, you do, SOS. Let's see what you have to say.
The SSL champion is eliminated from the GSL here. So even though it could have been one of the potential players to win both this season, will not happen tonight.
So guys, let's hear from SOS, the second player to get out of the group, who will have to face up against Hero in the round of 8.
So you're the second player to advance from Group B. Congratulations.
비조에서 살아남으셨어요. 소감 어떠세요?
So you survived this crazy, incredible Group B. SOS says his first match was the most important, but it didn't go as well as he thought it would. So I had a really hard time, but I'm still very relieved, of course, that I was able to advance. So you fell down to the loser's match, but you still beat Dark and advanced. You played against your teammate in that loser's match, though. And so we were hoping that we would be meeting in the winner's match, and I'm actually really sad that we had to play against each other in the deciding match. So because Cure was in my group, I didn't practice against very many Terrans. All of the games I was playing in the team I was preparing for this was against Zerg, so I'm lucky that I actually hit Dark in this final match.
박용우 선수와의 경기를 앞두고 머릿속이 복잡했을 것 같아요. 오늘 워낙 경기력이 좋았거든요.
근데 박용우 선수가 잘하기는
So what went through your mind in that final match with Dark?
제가 맞춤식으로
think he's a very strong
하기는
player.
편했던 상대였던 것 같아요.
아,
But I
그럼
actually
오늘
watched a lot of the games he's played
전체적으로
recently.
가장
There's a lot of
아쉬웠던
televised
경기였나요?
matches I could
변현우
study.
선수와의
네,
경기.
제가 어스름탑을 놓치고 나서부터 뭔가 게임이 이상해가지고 집중을 잘 못했던 것 같아요.
So,
그에 반해 변현우
After
선수는
losing
오늘
the Dust
너무
Towers
잘해준 것
game,
같고.
네. 확실히 견제에서
I was able to
김유진 선수가
focus,
못했다기보다
concentrate.
그 뒤에 상대의 판단이
He
너무나
grabbed his mental,
Yes.
so to say.
아쉬운 결과가
That's
있었죠.
one way to
자,
put it,
그래도
for sure.
이제부터
He held
다음
on to it.
기회를 도모하면 되니까요.
Wouldn't let it go.
다음
Wouldn't let it
상대
go, man.
김준호
So,
선수예요.
Basically,
또 역시
you're
친한
facing off against
분이잖아요.
Hero now in your upcoming round of 8 match. He's one of your good friends and rivals as well.
요즘 기세가 장난 아니거든요.
I wanted to avoid
분단의
him,
심장이면 좀 마음 편하게 했을 텐데.
but you wanted to avoid him, so you wanted to get first place. But Hero's doing really well recently.
많이 해야 될 것 같아요.
In Heart of the Swarm, I would have felt confident against him, but in Legacy, he's really, really on point. And so he feels less confident in this current iteration. Any final comments to your fans?
우선 오늘 이렇게 힘들게 올라갔는데 8강에서도 꼭 올라가서
I had a hard time advancing
계속
today.
살아남을 수 있도록 할 테니까 많은 응원 부탁드립니다.
And he made it further than he thought. He went advanced tonight. And so basically just wants people to keep cheering for him. Standard ending to the interview.
자, 오늘 비조 경기
And SOS just keeping it pretty simple there in the interview, but keeping it real in the game. Losing that first matchup to Beyond, but then coming back and defeating the SSL champion to advance in the group.
This group was pretty insane. I love the StarCraft that we're getting over here in Korea nowadays because any player can win on any given day. I mean, we saw it out of Tasia taking out Hest on Wednesday, and now we see it tonight. Beyond advances in first place. When I saw this group, I'm like, I think Dark and Kier get out. They both lost today.
So many upsets, so many great stories.
Yeah.
Now, the funny thing, too, about this is if SOS is able to defeat Hero, he'll have to face Byun again, who actually knocked him down to that losers match.
Wins.
Yeah, if Byun wins, right?
Byun said he was not too confident against Ryong.
That's right. He didn't have that Terran versus Terran confidence. He's good friends with Ryong. He knows he's a good player. At least he has a week of time before this. We're not going to have those matches until after our Group C and Group D matches, which will happen next week, Wednesday and Friday. So check that out. Please do tell everyone that grand postseason for Pro League is going to happen on Sunday. We're starting that off, and it could go all the way until Tuesday. It's a best of 3, where we have the first day is regular Pro League lineups. The second day is all kills. The third day, if it happens, goes back to that regular format. So do tell your friends about that. Here are Group C and D that I said we're going to be on Wednesday and Friday.
Yep, there you have it. Deer, Biel, Myungshik, and Maru. And then TY, Rogue, Gumiho, and Classic. 2 very strong groups as well.
Yeah, Group D is amazing to me with TY's narrow miss against Dark there, being in a group with the other Zerg, Rogue, who seems to be on top of the world, and then Gumiho, who's had his best year. He's had several years, like Byun, like Ryong. He's one of these Terrans. I'm like, oh, geez, coming back.
Yeah.
And Classic, a player who is looking really strong as well. I'd say probably next to Dark, the second best player on SKT right now. So, cool groups. And
that Group D, as you were saying, is really going to be very interesting. I think Gumio, a lot of people look at that name and they're like, probably the underdog, but I'm like, nuh-uh. Like, that guy he has a really good chance.
His
to get out of that
TVP
group.
as well, incredible. He's placing Classic first.
Yeah.
Definitely something to keep in mind.
And MVP is also out of Pro League, so he doesn't have to focus on anything like that. He doesn't have to prepare. Meanwhile, Classic, he's going to have, potentially 3 days where he's focusing on Pro League while Gumio is practicing specifically for Classic and watching any games that Classic is playing against Terrans as well in those games. So
definitely very, very true. So it's been a great day of matches. I mean, we've seen so many upsets here in the round of 16, and who knows, maybe Maru, Classic, these other favorites of Group C and D, maybe they don't get out either.
Yeah, that's very true. Thanks for joining us once again, guys. We're going to close it out here. Please join us for Pro League and for GSL SSL next week. That's going to be it. Good night.